Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. A good day, wherever you're listening from, and welcome to our weekly market outlook for the week starting October 30th. It's good to have you here. I hope you had a very well rested weekend. Okay, so we'll be going over you basically some pairs for the week and potential trade ideas that we might look to take, and some potential trade setups. We'll also look at the economic outlook for the week in terms of fundamentals and what might possibly move the market. So right here on the screen, you should be able to see forex market outlook in terms of the forex calendar for the week, today being Monday, October 30th. Okay. So we're mostly focusing on the high impact news because those are the ones I like to call them the red news. Those ones are the ones that tend to be big movers in the market or tend to be irrational in the market. And just like I always tend to tell you, I do not trade the news. I don't use it as a trading strategy or anything. But I pay attention to when those red news are to come out. Basically, I can gauge how the market might move or react to certain things and certain those high impact news at times to maybe stay away at those specific times or manage my positions if I'm already in current open positions better. Okay, so today being Monday, we actually had two red news, both of them from the euro. They were the German CPI report and the Spanish CPI report. They actually came out. So the one for the German CPI report is not yet out, but the Spanish flash CPI reports came out worse than expected. It was expected to come out at 3.8%. It came out less by 0.2% or 0.3%. So it came out at 3.5%, which is less than the expected, which is why you have it red here. And then there's also an orange news, for the German GDP, which came out better than expected at negative 0.1% as opposed to negative 0.2% that was predicted. Okay, but for the rest of the week on Tuesday, we have lots of high impact news from the Chinese yuan. Mostly the ones we'll be paying attention to would be the Japanese yen. The BOJ with outlook, the rate statement is it's expected that the rate would be at negative 10%, negative 0.1%. We'll see if it comes out as expected or if there are going to be slight discrepancy. And then there's also going to be the monetary policy statement. And then you go towards the middle of the day, you have the US consumer confidence reports and the NZD unemployment change and unemployment rate report. So lots of high impact news tomorrow from the yen, the USD, and the NZD. So keep those in mind if you're trading any of those pairs. And then on Wednesday, we have also high impact news from the USD by 1:15 p.m. We also have by 3 p.m. and also by 7 p.m. So FOMC statement is going to be this week. So this is going to be I think this is the juggernaut in the room. That's the FOMC statement. It's going to be the one that really gets going in terms of gets the markets going. So we'll see how that one comes out, the FOMC, and how it affects the dollar, because don't worry, when we go over to the chart, we'll be able to see some pairs. I'll show you basically outlooks, right, in terms of how the dollar is setting up against some other pairs. Okay. Now, when we go to Friday, we see that we have the USD average hourly earning and the unemployment rate reports as well. So those are the fundamental news for the week as expected. You can obviously find this at forexfactory.com. You can filter it just the way I've done here to be able to see through the different impacts, types of news impact. Okay, so let's jump over straight to our charts, right, and see what we could possibly, potential setup that we could possibly look to trade. Okay, so now let's go over to my charts. If I can just move this to the side. Yeah. Okay, so here we have our charts, and as a matter of fact, let's actually begin with the DXY. So the DXY is the dollar index. It measures the strength of the dollar against, the major basket of currencies. And so clearly looking at the DXY, you see that we've been bullish, we went bearish, and now we're breaking back bullish. So the dollar is strong. The dollar is showing, insane strength at this current time, and against the majority of pairs. And so we'll see how that continues to play out. So just quickly looking at the DXY here to just do an analysis. In terms of quick analysis, I can see that we had a break. Basically, we had a break of structure here. Above that will probably be the daily high. and then daily break of structure, and this would also be the weekly break of. So we're bullish on the daily, bullish on the weekly. So the daily structure will go from here to here to here, basically to here, and then here to here. So actually on the daily, we've broken back bearish. So let's see on the DXY, which would be coming from this low here. Let's see. So we have this low to this high, to this high, and then this low here to this high. So we broke down once here, or did we? So we broke down once here. That would be BOS. Okay, let me just adjust this properly. Yeah, so this is where we had that break there, and so, but this is now the first break in the first breakdown. What I would like to see, if we're going to see dollar continue to strengthen or we get weakened, is for a break below here. Okay, sorry, a break below here will send the dollar falling. In my opinion, if we break below here, we'll probably see the dollar fall quite a bit for the next few weeks after we have this break, or we'll see some impulsive move in this direction. But because now we've had the first break, if we get a second break, that would be a catalyst to push price lower. So this low here is important. If price breaks below it, or if price just continues to break above this. So if price goes and break above this high here, that would be a different story entirely. Okay, so but let's go back to some currency pairs that we would actually look to trade and see how we might want to play that game. So let's actually start with the USDCHF. So USDCHF is one where price has been bearish and price began to break bullish. We broke bullish on the daily time frame here. We broke bullish on the weekly time frame here, and then we began to pull back. Now that pullback, right? This pullback that came from here, came and so let me do this. So we have, there is my pen. So we have this low, this high to this low, okay? And then at this point, we broke above the high here. So this break here came from, it came from here. And so this high to this low is the range that we're playing it. So basically, as far as this market is concerned, anything within this range, this market is still quite bullish because we're bullish now on the daily, bullish on the weekly. And the dollar is actually quite strong. So this is the low, and this is the high, the range within which market is playing, within which the market is playing around. Okay. So now the question is, now that's the bigger time frame analysis or structure. But what's the smaller time frame telling us? If we zoom in a little bit here, right, and look at this region here, you'd notice that, well, we were bullish and then we broke down bearish, and now we appear to be breaking back bullish. So let's go down to even lower time frames. So let's look at the 4-hour chart, for instance, and see what the structure there looks like. Remember, so we're keeping in mind that the overall structure in the daily is bullish. The overall structure on the weekly is bullish. At least we've broken up once. But then the overall structure on the monthly is still bearish. Keep that in mind. And even on the weekly, we have broken, so that said, if you look at the 4-hour structure here, this is the low, right? The forms came up to this high, and this is where we broke below that low. Now, this could just be absorption or, reaccumulation to then push price higher. Now, I'm going to follow the overall direction of the higher time frame and just look to buy. That's the reason why, I'm looking to buy this market based on context, because if you look at this, price is just making progressively higher lows and higher lows and higher highs. Okay, so that said, if we go down even further, so let's see the 1-hour time frame here. So I actually had a trade this morning, which is currently open through these highs. Yeah. What's that? Yeah, so I currently have a trade through these highs like so this morning. My stop loss is just below here like this, right? And I'm looking to go just obviously manage positions as price moves. So if price move, I'm going to partial out at 1:3, and then I'll let the rest run. Now that's just fully, you can see that we began to break bullish and kept on holding that price. So from this low, we made this high, then we made a higher low, and then we made a higher high, and then we made a higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, basically higher high. This would be the actual higher high, and then higher low. So now I'm still anticipating price to continue to move up in this same structure, making this move to the upside. Now I understand that we could, price has made, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 breaks to the upside. We are not far from price probably making a break to the downside before resetting and then breaking back up. I understand that could happen, but I also understand it could do this multiple times before we get to that point where we break, and which is why I'm okay that I'm trading, since I'm trading in the direction of the trend, I'm comfortable with a trade like this. Okay, so on USDCHF, I'm actually bullish on this one, and I'm still looking to hold price, looking to continue to trade price to the upside like this. Okay, so yeah, if we get a breakdown, that would be fine. I'll wait for a reset, and then I'll look to get involved back again. Okay, so let's jump over to GBPUSD. Actually, let's look at gold first. So on GBPUSD, beyond gold, if we can get this to load up. Okay, so this is gold. Let's go up to the daily charts here. Okay, let me use so this is gold. So last week when we had this analysis, I made mention of the fact that if price were to, at the time, price was here and it was looking like it was going to break close below this low. And I said, if it close below that low, I would expect price to come here, as this will be the new high, and I expect price to go and target the high. And the price ended up closing as a pin band, closing above the low of that candle. So this is still our play. We're still looking for this structure, right? Because price has not made a new high. I'm still waiting for price to make that new progressive high, or established high. So, but right now we're still bullish in this market. I have these areas that if price comes back to any of these areas, now let's just take this one out first. Let's just leave it there because this is the structure, right? But I'm not looking to trade into these zones or anything. I just have them, just want to have them there. But this is where we have the daily break above. And in any pullback into any of these regions could offer potential buy opportunities. On the other hand, I know that price doesn't have to pull back into this region. It can just continue to push higher, which is why if you go down to the 1 hour charts here, you'd see that we're still keeping the structure and making this progressive high. So now the market, gold is very bullish, and I like this market. I like the way it's moving. It's just impulse correction, making this move, this break, and which is what I like to see. So holding the lows, right? Making higher highs, holding the lows, making higher highs, holding the lows, making higher highs, holding the lows, and making new, as you can see, higher highs. So now for today and the week, while long term, I have these areas and this area and the one below watching for price. But on the 1 hour time frame, if price or on 1 hour or below, right now, the area I'm really looking for is this one for continuation bullish. So if price drops down here, if I confirmation, I'll look to buy this impulsive move upward, and then so this is the impulsive move, and price is just retracing and ranging or correcting. So if we do something like this where we begin to range, and then I could look to buy this market. Or if price drops down here and give me confirmation, I'll also look to buy. So gold, I'm looking for entries within this region. Edu and Collins, yeah, keep this region also in mind. Look for buys, basically alert me, or look for buys within this region. That's how I'll be looking to play the gold market. So now if price fails to hold and it breaks below, I'm just going to step away from it and see if the bullishness comes back in, or if price gets back to any of these areas that I previously highlighted. So on gold, I like this area. I'm interested in looking for buy opportunity from here. I'll fill this imbalance that has been created, and then look to trade, look for continuation to the upside like we anticipated. Okay. So that's gold. Let's look at Euro USD. Let's go to the daily charts. Let's use a different pair. Okay, so Euro USD, okay. This market broke bearish, and so overall, the structure of this market is now actually quite bearish. Although we're beginning to break bullish again on the daily, on the weekly we broke bearish with this break here, and then on the daily, this is the structural highs, to low, to lower high, to lower 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 low, right? Am I correct? Yeah. And so that means this here is the high that needs to be taken out if price wants to shift back bullish. So as a matter of fact, there's actually no reason to look for buys on Euro USD. There is no reason to look for buys on Euro USD. Just looking at the way price is delivering, this is actually the protected high that probably needs to be broken if at all the market wants to shift back bullish. So as a matter of fact, I should have been looking for selling opportunity from here. And right now, this would be where I think price wants to get. So I think price wants to come down here. Just looking at the way price is developing, this would be my indicated target. So that would be where I think price wants to go to. Okay, and this would be where I think the protected high is. So let's break down to the 1 hour time frame here. And just quickly look at how price is developing. So we're bullish. Then we failed to take out this high, and now we're breaking back bearish. So we're coming from this high. So we broke down bearish here to this low, to this high, to this low, to this high, to this low, to this high, to this low. Now we broke back up bullish. We're now holding the bullishness. Okay, so this is okay. So Euro USD is overall, I anticipate. So my feeling is that price wants to get here, but right now we've made 2 breaks to the upside. So maybe we want to come up and fill this imbalance before going down. So I'll keep this area in mind, okay? Because if anything, I only want to probably sell this market, not buy. I would only want to probably buy if we break above that high that I draw here. So maybe I'll keep this area in mind. And if we come back up here, I'll probably look to sell. Now I'm not going to try, I might not. This is tricky. This is tricky because the delivery to the upside is looking good. Break up, cleanly pull back, break up, cleanly pull back, but looking to break up. So let me keep this one. So here in mind, and this one here in mind. Okay. Yeah. So I think the only time I'll get interested in doing anything with this one is on either side of this move. So either price breaks below here and I'll begin to look for sell, or price breaks above here and I won't look for buys necessarily. Now I'm not going to get drawn in. I'll look for sales. I'm only going to want to look for sales here. We broke down and then we broke back up. We came from here. Okay, let's see if I can find something here. Go back from this SNZ. 5 minutes. There's no structure in the 5 minutes to trade. You came from this high. When the new low broke above, so broke down once. Okay. So broke down once, and then pull back up, and no, I'm just gonna stay away from this one. Let's not frustrate. Okay. But if anything, I want to look to sell below here. But I have a feeling price might break above. Well, so GBP and Euro USD, I think I'll just stay away from this one. It's not a clean setup, and we don't have to frustrate. Okay, so let's look at GBP USD then. So GBP USD, similar to Euro USD, we had the weekly break. Okay, but the difference now is on GBP USD, we've already had a daily break to the upside. So on Euro USD, we had something like this, right? And then price is currently somewhere here. Now, this is the high that price needs to take out to break above on the daily time frame. However, on GBP USD, this is where we have the daily break. We've already had that break of structure to the upside, okay? And then we are now currently at potential pullback zone if we want to break this high again. So if GBP USD find a way to hold this low, as if we fail to take out this low and we break above this high, then I become very bullish on this thing. You know, I anticipate to see price get up to these regions, okay? But for now, we only have that one break. So if I'm looking to buy anyone, first of all, gold is the most preferred. Gold is the most one I want to buy. The next one would be GBP USD because it's the only one that seems to have clear break to the upside on the daily time frame. On the 4-hour time frame, I think we seem to already have multiple structural shifts. Let's see. So on the 4-hour time frame, okay, still same thing. We had so this will be the high that formed the slow and then we broke. So we still had kind of like similar type action. This is very choppy, not clean. So yeah, I'll probably stay away from this one. But if anything, this is one where I would prefer to trade as opposed to GBP USD. So on GBP, as opposed to Euro USD. So on GBP USD, we have some sort of accumulation here. Whatever, it didn't follow through. This is the 1-hour high. This is the 1-hour high, still not broken. Still not broken. And this is the low here that, if anything, price will probably want to run to. So on GBP USD, if we break above this high on a 1-hour time frame, you can begin to look for those trades. So if price breaks above, pull back, you can begin to look for those buy trades. Otherwise, if price breaks below here and below here, that's below this low here, I'll probably continue to see price run down to the previous weekly low. Okay, so that's my outlook on GBP USD. So if price breaks below here, I guess we're going to see price come down here. Otherwise, if price breaks above here, I anticipate to see price come up here. So, you know, that's the way I'll be looking to approach this one. And this is one where I'll be okay if I see a clean setup to either look for a buy or look for a sell within only the range for the sell. The only reason I will look for a sell here is that the overall direction in the higher time frame favors the sell. But in terms of the buy, there's room to run. And since price made a daily break to the upside, we could potentially see this price at least try and come and reclaim this high. And if possible, reclaim this high. If we reclaim this high, then I no longer am interested in looking for any sells because we'll now have had multiple breaks to the upside on a daily time frame, which is quite significant. So, but for now, a break below this low, and I expect price to come down here. A break above this high, and I expect price to probably come up here or at least somewhere within this region. So if we break above here, I'll look for those buys within here to capture that move. Okay. So that's GBP USD, Euro USD. I also discussed USDCHF. So USDC. So the cleanest pairs I have to trade XAUUSD, that's gold. USDCHF. So on gold, I'm looking to buy. On USDCHF, I'm looking to buy. They are clean. They are showing bullishness, and it's easy to follow. As opposed to Euro USD or GBP USD, that's actually very, you see this is very ugly. Like, look at this. It's very, very ugly. This is the 1-hour chart. And between October 1st or thereabouts, so October 30th, see what price has done, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, you know, just messing. As opposed to if I show you the same chart for gold, you'd see that this is much cleaner chart. Price is just making bullish push, like clean bullishness to the upside. Okay, and which is why I prefer, you know, I prefer to look to trade this. Same thing if I show you USDCHF, you'd see here same thing, that price is also doing the same thing, clean breaks, clean moves to the upside, which is why I favor this move. Now, if we break down and begin to pull back down, it could offer us accumulation or buying opportunities from previous areas or based on high daily SNDs and stuff like that. Okay, so gold, USDCHF, my favorite. GBPUSD, I quite like. I'll keep on the watch list, and then we'll see how that goes. And then one more I will discuss would be, I think, NCD CAD. So NCD CAD, this one. Yeah, I want to talk about NCD CAD, but let me quickly look at it. Yeah. So those of you who were in class, I think last week or the week before, especially you know, Collins, I think I remember saying you guys, I even gave you guys assignments here, and I said you'd remember this, right? So I said this was the one where somebody said this was all-time low, and I said I'm not really interested in those kind of all-time lows type of thing. I'm just really looking at the structure of price. Okay, and we had price come back, so we had a break, a daily break above, so we had multiple MBs, multiple breaks to the upside on the daily time frame, and then we have another break again. So I think you'll see this better on the daily charts. Okay, so on the daily charts, we broke up once, broke up twice, pulled back down, and then broke up again. And I said, see, if this price looks very, very nice, and we're probably going to begin to see, if price does not take out this low, this is the low that needs to be taken out, but most especially this is the region where I feel the move will come from, and we'll begin to see this move upward. Now, you don't necessarily need this beautiful thing about trading. So people are like, oh, the market is beginning to move without me. That's not true. If we're correct about direction and price begins to hold this area, and we're anticipating price to come up to this high, there's a lot of rooms in this region for potential trade entry. So we're getting the potential confirmation here. If you zoom down into like the 4-hour, 1 hour, or the 2-hour chart, you probably see some Y-curve accumulation schematics here, and you know, which is what I wanted to see. Based on what I told you guys to look out for on the 1-hour time frame. I think this was it here. You know, I said those for people who are looking to trade based on the pending. I didn't take this trade like this. Okay, but I said this up, like for people who are looking to like take a pending order, this is something that you'd have done. Maybe you'd have gotten a stop loss here, which is part of the game. But nonetheless, I said wait for a close, 1-hour close below here. Now price did come down below it, but it never closed above. Sorry, closed below it. And then you see how price rejected. This was a good sign. And that rejection caused price to break above this high. So we now had a break above this high. So a new higher high, came down, made a new lower, a higher low, and then went up to make a new higher high. So price is moving cleanly to the upside on CADCHF, and it's just making multiple breaks to the upside. So clean, beautiful trade. Break here, and now another break here. So you could see, so I had a trade here. I had a trade here. I think I had a loss somewhere around here. And then I'm not taking any other trade on this one. So currently now, for this trade, I made profit on this. It came back, hits me out at break even. This trade is still on, at least part of it. Took a -1 here. In a trade from here, it broke me out, took me out for break even here. And so right now I just have this one trade here. Wasn't able to get involved in anything here, even though there was some very clean price action there. And now we're still waiting for the move to continue to develop. But one thing I like is I like the way the price is developing and moving in the direction I think it should be moving. And you know, it's what I want to see. So on CADCHF, I am very bullish, or bullish on this one. If you're looking for the Y-curve, so based on the if you're looking to trade Y-curve view, that's, this could be our preliminary supply, our selling climax, our automatic rally, our secondary test, the pullback. Okay, that's probably that's clean. This could be the move here. You could see basically, so Y-curve is not going to look exactly the same all the time, but you can see that basically what was happening here was lots of weak to strong hand transfer, lots of buying, lots of selling. There's no clean direction. So as opposed to here, right? See how the market was very bearish. It was bearish, there was some redistribution here, bearish, clean bearishness. And now what we're seeing is price now is basically undergoing what I'm going to call an accumulation, right? It could end up being a redistribution, but right now, based on the overall higher time frame structure of this market, I'm assuming that this is going to be a reaccumulation. It will break above this high and stay above it. It will confirm that accumulation. Okay. But this is where the market is just going back and forth, weak to strong hand transfer. And what I'm anticipating is when price begins to now move, we'll see a clean move. And this is where I like to trade, okay? That clean move. Now, even though, I was able to get involved in some trade here, this is actually the area that is most interesting to get involved. So this is, this is going exactly as we anticipate. If you think you can obviously go back and watch some of the videos on the YouTube channel. You see that we had this analysis discussed here. Why price was, I think, still somewhere around here, and now price isn't exactly what we anticipate, holding this lows, failing to refusing to break below it, and if we making breaks to the upside. And as it is right now, I like this move, and I want to see price continue to break to the upside, and I want to continue to see this trade. Okay, so I think that's this is the weekly market outlook. This is not the cutting edge class. Tomorrow, I'll be having the cutting edge trading where we'll go over some more pairs and some more trade ideas, specifically for clients who have funded the account and who have access to the Telegram channel. Okay, but we've looked at quite a number of pairs. USDCHF, we're looking for buys. We're bullish on that. Gold, I'm very bullish on that. GBPUSD, I'm on the sideline. I'm okay to enter buying or enter selling depending on if the conditions are met. Euro USD, I don't like the looks of it. And then CADCHF, I'm loving the structure of it. Just want price to continue to hold the lows, and then I'll look to get involved on the move up. Okay, and obviously manage my trade. Now remember, this is not investment, or this is not financial advice. You want to do your own research as usual. This is for educational purposes as well. Okay, so that's the much of time will permit us to take for today. If you have questions, just drop your questions in the chat box and I'll do my best to get to them. Okay, and then if you're watching from the YouTube or anything, just make sure that you're subscribed and turn on notification, and so you can be notified when I upload new content. Okay, so thank you everyone. Hope you enjoyed the class, and I'll see you in the next one.